So Patricia and I are here with this gentleman. Can you go ahead and introduce yourself, please?
Certainement. Permettez-moi de me présenter. Je suis général Jean-Baptiste dans l'ancien Williamsburg, le comte de Rochambeau, le général en chef de l'armée française ici aux États-Unis d'Amérique sous les ordres du général Washington. Enchanté, mesdames.
And my name is Patricia Ávila y también soy una de las presentadoras de Living 7.
Merci. Now, I tried to say his name before we got started, and it was really, really bad. So I just let him introduce himself. But I will take it from here. This is Mark Schneider. He plays a nation builder here at Colonial Williamsburg for their Talk of the Town tours. Mark, can you tell us what a nation builder is?
Absolutely. A nation builder is somebody in Colonial Williamsburg who's going to immerse themselves into their character from the 18th century. So they're not only an actor, but they're also a historian, equally so. And with research and with putting themselves in the 18th century world, whether it's the use of dancing or riding on horseback, fencing, they become that character. So when guests will come to Colonial Williamsburg, they can meet these different nation builders. And of course, there are some very famous people of the past, like George Washington or Martha Washington, the Marquis de Lafayette, James Madison, Thomas Jefferson, but also some lesser known characters in which you can learn about all aspects of life in the 18th century here in Williamsburg.
And who is your character?
Well, I, for this particular program, am portraying General Rochambeau. So his full name was Jean-Baptiste dans l'ancien Williamsburg, le comte de Rochambeau. He was commander of all French forces here in North America. And he helped General Washington win the siege of Yorktown, which is about 12 miles from where we are right now. And he stayed in Williamsburg for over 6 months, a little lesser known fact. And that helps us to tell his story as well.
I love it, and actually what a great experience to learn something about history and going back to the past. So what is actually Talk of the Town tours, and what can visitors expect when they do the tour?
The Talk of the Town tours are utilizing a nation builder or another character from the past if they're not part of the nation builder department, and they will take you on a tour of the city that they knew back in the 18th century. So as I mentioned a little bit about General Rochambeau, he was here from November through June of 1782, and the bulk of the French army were there as well. So when you go on my tour, for example, at about 45 minutes, you'll go to some of the buildings that he stayed in, some of the places that he had experiences in, such as the George Wythe House that served as a headquarters, the Peyton Randolph House that also served as a headquarters, and all the while we're telling a story, a little bit about ourselves, our characters, who they were, a little bit about Christmas as well.
Yes.
Someone like Rochambeau, of course, is not going to have all of the same Christmas traditions that maybe you get to enjoy today. But I can give a little history lesson about some of the traditions in France in 1781 and how they might be similar or they might be a little bit different. For example, the Christmas tree, of course, does not come to America until the 1820s.
Wow.
But there was a Christmas tree in
so
the
how
East.
they celebrate back in that time?
With many other traditions.
Like
usually,
a little tree?
yes. Advent was usually a season in which you're not going to be celebrating so much, but rather you're going to reflect upon the importance of the holiday. And then when the Christmas day will come, you go to some sort of church service, and then in France they had the Réveillon. And the Réveillon, I think you would all love to go to. It was a big party. And you have the delicacies of the region, you enjoy good food, the bûche de Noël, and of course you can't have a celebration without champagne.
Shopping.
You just said our magic word. Now, what better way to learn about history than to be immersed in it with someone who knows so much about it? If someone is coming to visit Colonial Williamsburg, how can they experience one of these Talk of the Town tours?
Great question. So if you come to Colonial Williamsburg and would like to experience a Talk of the Town, and they're not all the same, they're all from different perspectives of different characters. So you can inquire at our ticket outlets here, the Visitors Center, the Greenhouse ticket office, or you can simply look online and find out what time these programs are taking place and who the characters might be, so you can enjoy your experience. And you even have the capability of enjoying many different experiences from these different characters and different perspectives from the past.
And these tours don't just happen around the holidays, do they? They happen year round?
We do have walking tours with a nation builder and with other characters that you can immerse yourself in the 18th century from their perspective in the summer and the fall. But these are a bit more specific to the season, so you can get that Christmas feel, or that holiday feel, rather.
The spirit of the holidays.
The spirit of the holidays. The Joyeux Noël et Bonne Année, the Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
I love that. So now, Mark, just going more deep, like the experiences that you have. What is your favorite holiday, and also, or maybe a fact that you can share with all the visitors?
Wonderful question. So for me, Mark, and some of my holiday experiences here in Williamsburg, naturally, this time of year is my favorite. We have the grand illuminations, more than one of them. We have a lot of holiday programming. The weather is usually, for me at least, the most perfect of the year, not so hot and humid. But I love being able to tell this particular story about Rochambeau. Because Rochambeau came to America, he brought the French army with him, he helped us win at Yorktown, and helped to win the American Revolution. So telling the story of this particular character, I think is really enlightening to a lot of people. Believe it or not, right here in Williamsburg, it was ordered by the King of France, Louis XVI, and of course you know Marie Antoinette, his queen, that there would be a holiday celebration in honor of the victory at Yorktown on the 15th of December.
Wow.
So in every town, kingdom in France.
So much to learn.
Exactly. So they had one right here in Williamsburg. And when I tell people that there were fireworks and a ball and a feast, it's really surprising. But I think that's what it's all about.
I think we're gonna have to invite everyone to come to Colonial Williamsburg and learn more. Thank you so much, Mark, because we have a great experience right now with you. So now, Ashley, coming up next, we're gonna learn all about Fourchette Christmas. Stay with us.